I've been in Japan.
Chilling with Kojima.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
I was over at his crib. It's like, just got this sweet apartment in Roppongi Hills, man, and we were talking about everything.
So I was thinking next week could just be like a Milky Kojima show or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
I got the time.
Sweet, man. Thanks.
You got it.
Guys, what's going on? What's going on? Huh? What's going on here?
Starting Animal Crossing.
But we got the one-up show, man. We gotta shoot it. This week's Kojima, MGS, Day in the Life of Milky. How can we even start it? It's gonna take forever to do this thing.
Yeah, like a day in the life of an empty office.
Okay. Yo, what's up?
What's up?
Dude, the Milky thing? I don't know. He's not in yet, okay? I've got an army of interns like chilling outside of his office and like they're just sitting there playing games and stuff. Because Milky's not here. We can't start until he gets here.
Well, you know, this is a day in the life of Milky. I mean, it's 2 o'clock.
No, you're right.
So, yeah.
So, whatever. I guess we'll wait.
Finished paying off Tom Nook.
Bill, internet. Give me the internet. When we get the new circuit, everyone will get it. I don't want to hear that. Internet. Everyone gets it but you. Whoa.
Hey, ladies. Morning, ladies. Wake up, wake up. Come on. It's Milky Day. Let's get cracking. What you doing?
Dude, I just paid off Tom Nook. I beat Animal Crossing.
That's great, that's great. Why don't you try beating the internet next, huh? Let's go. Milky Day. Up here. This is where it happens. This is where the magic happens. Okay, now look at this. You want to see some cool stuff? You want to see what happens in the day? No, give me that microphone. What are you doing?
What am I supposed to do?
You just earned yourself a lunch break. Eat it. Jason, feel free to come in here. You don't have to be shy, man. I know I hired you. You know I'll fire you, so follow me. Come on. Virtual boy in the house. Can you see me looking at you through my virtual boy? Can you? I can't see you, Jason. You got to agree with me or not.
I see you.
Okay, all right. Virtual boy, this thing was no damn good. Okay, so if you paid your money for this, you're a fool. I paid money for this, but I did it with irony, so therefore I'm not a fool. But she tapped into that whole Gothic Lolita thing, ahead of the Gothic Lolita phase, the rush. You zooming in? Why are you looking at me? Why are you... Lulu, that's all you need to know. Jason, you enjoy this, right? Matt, show signs of life, Matt, please, anything. Just a little sign, just a little dab. Something. All right. Previews editor Matt Leone. Keeping it loose. Oh, Art Gal. Karen, zoom in on that. Whoa! Back, Karen. Karen, give us some face on it. Yeah. Zoom. All right, give me this. I'm gonna film you. Look at that. That's the video guy. That's the video guy, Jason. It's me.
This was Monkey Day. What's going on here?
Where's Richard? Hi, Richard. This is Richard Lee. Oh, but wait a minute. What are you playing? You're playing Samurai Showdown. That's hardcore. That's really hardcore. Oh, but see, there's a Naruto bag. Who's the man now, Doc? Who's the man now?
Yo. How's day in the life of Milkman going?
It's all right. Interns in your face all day.
Yeah.
You know,
Like this. So we can get the Kojima footage into the show, right? So we gotta work that in there. Can I see the footage of you and him at his apartment?
Yeah. Hold on a second. Yeah. All right. There it is.
Oh, that's the place in Roppongi Hills?
Yeah.
Oh, so this was kind of like his fucking corporate crash pad or whatever. So
Yeah, it's a nicely appointed corporate crash
Right.
pad. You know, red leather couches. He's got a Toshiba widescreen HD TV, like yay big and
it's like a
stuff.
360. All right,
Yeah.
so that's cool. Well, I mean, it's better than nothing. I mean, I kind of want to check out like his dog or something. You know, like his toothbrush or I don't know.
Yeah, but dude, that's just kind of weird. You know.
All right.
A little weird. Maybe just a little bit.
So I'm gonna take this back.
Why you keep taking it back?
Dude, raise the remote.
Hard K.
Hard gay.
It's only the really good players.
Hey, hey.
What's up, Milky?
Jason,
What's going on?
what are you doing?
Playing SoCal.
You about to win this shit?
Jason.
Hey, Milky, we're having a tournament.
What's going on, man?
We're training for the tournament. What are you doing?
I hired you. I'll fire you. Back to your desk. Hey,
Let him play.
hey. What did I say? Did I say Shane's turn? Did I say Shane's turn? No. Didn't say. Hey, Mark.
How was your trip?
The trip was good.
You went to his house, right? That's what I heard.
Well, it's his apartment. Not really his house, but, you know, still.
That's access.
His crib. Like where he goes to.
It's like right there, right by the office.
Yeah, dude, it's nice. I think the rent is something like $10,000 a month. Does the name Kojima Productions also infer that the things that come out of Kojima Productions could be more than just game related?
Kojima Productions has the Metal Gear Solid brand, has the Boktai brand as well. And we're not, of course, thinking of not just games. We're on top of all the digital entertainment area, meaning we have to explore online toys or even publishing and not just games. It has brought by creating this Kojima Production.
Did you ask about his Revolution game? He's so excited about making his Revolution game. When we talked to him, he was like glowing about Revolution.
Yeah, we didn't go into that because we were trying to. I don't think that he's gonna do MGS necessarily for Revolution. I mean, you know that.
Something like that, like left field.
Yeah, the new technology lets him do new stuff. We didn't really get into that because I was trying to focus strictly on Metal Gear. This was pretty interesting. He wanted to work with Itagaki.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you think they'd work together?
They definitely have a mutual respect for each other. When I interviewed Itagaki, he was saying how much he respected Kojima's work, and he said that when they were designing Metal Gear Online for Subsistence, that he needed another hidden character. And he wanted to have a sexy girl. You know how Kojima is with his chicks. And he wanted to ask. He said his words were, "I wanted to ask Mr. Itagaki if we could use one of the Dead or Alive girls." But Akari Uchida of the Rumble Roses team had asked them back when they first started working on MGS3 if they could work together somehow. And then the Metal Gear team was like, "No way, we don't want to work with that team." I guess they were embarrassed by it, you know.
What do you guys think of the online Subsistence?
Dude, the online play is sick. It's so much fun.
I mean, I know you had your own issues with the aiming, but I thought it was actually pretty good. The auto aiming, the targeting, it works. It works for me. Yeah, it actually works for me.
Once you're in the heat of battle, and you get used to it, which takes about like 5 minutes max. You know, it actually works really well. I had like a solid hour where it was just me and 7 other Kojima Productions developer guys. You know, not QA guys, but actual development team members. And we sat there and we played for an hour nonstop, and it was hectic and fun, and like I didn't really have any problems. Like once you knew what the rules were, like okay, you can do lots of things. You can put like magazines in the door, so like if like a guy walks in and he stumbles upon this like this girly mag, you know he hunkers down and he sits there and looks for it for about 10 seconds, in which he's completely vulnerable, and then you blow him away, right? But I didn't do that. I put claymores in the door. And then I stood down the doorway, and like all I had to do was wait till somebody walked through the door. Boom, one guy down.
So did you get to play the mode where you play as Snake and the other guys are the soldiers? Because they wouldn't let us play that mode, and that sounds like the ultimate cool mode that is unique to Metal Gear.
The one where you're playing a Snake and you're trying to survive.
One guy is Snake. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then the whole other team is just the
guy's trying to get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually played that.
How was that?
It was cool. I mean, it's not easy to be.
I mean, because like it's one guy versus 7. You know.
You can use the whole camouflage index thing like to your advantage. Like you're practically invisible, and guys will run by you, and you're really strong. So like if somebody comes close to you and like he doesn't see you, you can like close quarter combat his ass, and boom, he's down. You know. So it's not it's not nearly as unbalanced or unplayable or as difficult as you might think. It's really cool. But the other modes, even though they may have parallels to like stuff like Halo or SOCOM or whatever, Capture the Flag, King of the Hill, you know, every team has a leader. Like one team will you'll have Solikov as leader, and he's the only guy with stealth camouflage. It's limited, but it's really effective. Rykov is one of the most powerful. Like on his team, Rykov's special ability is that he's impervious to the women's magazines. You know, like he'll just cruise on by, whereas everybody else will like stop and like look at this thing for a while. He's impervious to that. Plus, he's like the strongest at close quarter combat. So you get near Rykov, that's your ass.
Did they tell you about any new characters? Because we'd seen Rykov, we'd seen Revolver Ocelot, we'd seen the two Rama Roses girls, and imagine there's going to be a ton of other ones like Meryl or Ninja or like different characters.
I'm sure there will, because like every Kojima game has got like tons of things to unlock.
There's no Metal Gear on Xbox 360. No.
Probably not. I asked him like, well, Subsistence. You went through all this trouble to create this whole new graphics engine for MGS3 because the MGS2 engine couldn't handle it. So I was like, well, isn't it a shame that it's just kind of going to waste for these two games? Like, could you foresee it, going to a console with a more robust online environment? And he did admit that it would make a lot of sense on the Xbox.
It would be awesome to play online Subsistence with Xbox Live.
Yeah,
it's a good service.
I wouldn't count on seeing it on Xbox, but he did admit during my interview that it would make sense on Xbox Live.
But I think Subsistence will end up being kind of a trial run for MGS4 as online because it's a re-release. Not everybody's going to buy it. It's going to be a lot of diehard fans, but hopefully if it works and it plays well, they can build on it for 4.
There's a lot of stuff though in Subsistence that makes it a worthwhile purchase. Even if you have MGS3, I mean, this has got like multiple discs worth of stuff. The online, which is incredibly fun, I have to say.
There's new environments too, like
whole new environments,
which is cool.
And then they've got the what is it? Persistence and the Existence disc, where it actually puts the whole game in movie form, using the cutscenes, using the game engine, so you can actually just sit back and watch MGS3 if you want to. That's cool.
I might tell my friends who couldn't handle like how complex MGS gameplay is, just watch that at least.
Yeah, that is fun. Plus all the unlockable stuff. MGS3 seems like the ultimate Metal Gear experience. It took it out of like corridors. The game was so successful, like I think conceptually, that it makes going back to stalking in hallways almost seem kind of primitive by comparison. How does he feel about MGS3 in hindsight?
Well, he's pretty satisfied. Although this was the least time that he had to create for Metal Gear compared to 1 and 2. He's very satisfied about, first of all, the balance. And although he's creating 4 now, at that time he was not planning to create 4, meaning he wanted to put all his techniques and all his technology in there in Metal Gear Solid 3. So overall, he's very satisfied of the outcome of MGS3. And there was one regret about the camera. Because it was Metal Gear, and also the fact that he has 3D sickness as well, he didn't want the camera to be like FPS or behind the view. He wanted to make it top view because that was kind of Metal Gear that he wanted to insist on. However, at the same time, he was always experimenting about the camera and how it should be before bringing MGS3 out. There was many users who requested after the game was released about the cameras to be changed or criticism as well. And also another point was online. The team was working on online experimenting for about 2 years, but because of the time, they couldn't put it in MGS3. So moving on to Subsistence. These two are implemented. For Mr. Kojima, it is the kind of the complete edition of MGS3.
What about MGS4? Do you guys did he want to talk about that at all?
Well, he's got kind of a media blackout on MGS4 until E3 because I think he wants to save it up.
Do you think it's going to be playable to E3, or are you just going to get a new trailer?
It's hard to say. I think that it's probably not going to be playable.
But I think that all depends if it's coming out this year. If it really is coming out this year.
In the interview that it was coming out this year.
Right.
To have a Metal Gear killer app within 6 months of launch would be insane. Yeah.
I can't see it happening this year either. In which case, it would definitely not be playable.
2006. Yeah. I mean, if I had to put money down, I would say it wouldn't come in 2006, but who knows how long they've been working on it.
Although, this game is like really, it's based on these individual battlegrounds. It's not like the regular games. It's more piecemeal. They could throw together one really kick-ass small demo level that is playable for E3 just to show off the game.
Right, but like considering that Sony is probably going to unveil the thing, I know they talked.
Sony's still saying it's coming out in spring.
They're so full of it.
I wish we had told you more about MGS4 though. That is like the big unknown at this point. We all want to know more.
Well, it's cool that we know that Raiden's going to be in there, and he said that, you know, because I asked him, you know, you didn't intend Raiden to be the butt of everyone's joke when you created MGS2. But now you've obviously kind of like picked up the baton and run with it.
Well, he's very aware of the fans' reaction, and MGS3 in a lot of ways was like he gave fans what they wanted. He listened to everything. He knew he pushed it too far with the postmodern stuff.
But the thing is, he hasn't given up on Raiden. I asked him. I said like, well, you know, now you're making fun of him. He was like, well, I'm making Raiden the clown now because of the fact that he's like, I've got the master plan in mind. I know what I'm going to do with Raiden. So it's like, I feel like I can make fun of him now and let everybody laugh at him, whatever, because by the end of MGS4, you are going to love Raiden. So like, you know.
I trust him. Kojima's a deep dude, and like MGS2 gets a lot of shit. It's very unfairly maligned. It has a lot to say. I think people one day will look back on it and really get what is in there, and it's really impressive.
I think Raiden's basically.
People are gonna hate me for saying that.
I think Raiden's basically going to save the day.
Raiden is what Kojima thinks you are. Raiden is the player of Metal Gear Solid. He's like he's the video gamer.
That's offensive. Then I hate myself. if that's what
you
has
want
to mean.
That's what Kojima wanted.
That's fine, but it doesn't make me want to pay $50 to. I don't need to pay $50 to hate myself. No.
He wanted to show the very first real demonstration of power of what the PS3 could do. So that's why they went with that, because they didn't have time to do the 360
I think
stuff.
there's more to it than that. I mean, there is the point of, PlayStation being the #1 market leader by a huge percentage in Japan. And
well, he also said
the importance of Metal Gear to Sony as a brand.
The appeal was in how exotic and how rare actual game footage was on PS3. So that was his big motivation. He always has like some big surprise up his sleeve. So I'm sure, like if anybody's going to innovate with what you can do online, it's going to be MGS4.
A full-blown multiplayer game. If they do that with 4, I think they're committing to every time from here on
out. Although really, I mean, Konami, they know this is their #1 franchise. It's the most important thing they have, and they should be willing to commit the resources and money to compete with everybody else.
I don't think that's a problem. I mean, he's board of directors. He can say what he wants to do. I've heard about what goes on behind closed doors, and like he's definitely the boss. Yeah. I mean, when I asked him, well, could you technically do this on 360? He was like, yeah, we could. There's not really that much difference between the power of the next generation consoles. He said, like, at least between 360 and PS3s.
That's something I always thought when people were blown away by the Metal Gear 4 on PS3 footage, which is amazing and will blow you away. But I think if you gave Kojima Productions a 360 and said, okay, make something cool. I mean, those guys are so talented. I mean, they literally fool your eye with textures. They do things, they squeeze out the most in polygons that they would have made something, just as amazing
MGS3
looking.
Looks unbelievable. It really does.
The explanation was very simple, though. He said that there's not really that much difference. He said minus like a couple very, very minute details. It would, if they wanted to do what they did in that PS3 trailer on 360, he's like, no problem, easily done, which should make Xbox fans very happy.
コンピューターアーキテクチャに革命をもたらした高性能マルチコアチップだよ。軍事にも利用されてる。
そんなものが戦場に必要なのか？
あ、プラットフォーム戦争に勝つためにはね。
I like your man purse.
My man purse, you like? Yeah. It's actually a man satchel.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I picked it up in Tokyo. See, satchel.
Is it leather?
Not purse.
Can I touch it?
You go ahead, touch it.
I didn't want to, presume to be.
It's actually rubberized canvas.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
It's rubberized canvas. So I like when you wrote up in Pocket Games about Acid 2.
Yeah. So you saw it when you were. Did you get to play some of it while you were out there and stuff?
I mostly watched the movies of like the girls getting hosed down with water pistols.
Yeah, wasn't that hilarious?
You loved that, right?
I thought it was.
I love it.
Did you watch it in 3D with the?
I sure as hell did. I'm like, hey,
what's going on?
There's a girl. She's like, she's wearing like this white bikini, and she like some dude off screen is like totally just shooting her with a water pistol. I was like, why are you hitting me up with this crazy arrows, Nojiri-san? But it's okay. Show me another one. Is this going to be in the American one? And he's like, yeah, all the content is pretty much going to be the same. I don't know if they're going to edit it at the last moment, considering how much I'm hyping it up right now. But the plan is to leave all the girls in, like from the, what was the magazine? Sabra? I haven't actually seen the magazine itself. I don't know if they take it all off.
Yeah, I don't think they do. I think it's classy.
Oh, really? Classy? Shooting the girl up with a water pistol. If I shot you up with a water pistol right now, is that going to be classy?
Dude, it's cold. Talk to me in August.
Done. What do you feel about the gameplay? Because I got to be honest, I am no good at Aston.
Really?
I respect it. I think I like the game, but I'm not very good at it.
Well, I like tactical, sort of think before you move kinds of games, so I really enjoyed it. Asset 2 is a lot like the first one. I think the things that are different are really, they've expanded the cards, which means that you can have more options when you move around. So if you want to play a really aggressive game, you can. You could stock up your cards on these really powerful weapons and stuff. If you want to play a very defensive or sneak-based game, then you can, because there's trap cards now, and like, you know, so there's a lot more flexibility so that you can decide what kind of player you want to be. Whereas in the first one, it was kind of like, well, I got these cards and, you know, I got to play them. And plus, as always, it's the storyline, I think, that's going to be really interesting.
What do you think about the graphics? It looks like a issue of Captain America or something. Yeah, I like it too. I think it looks sharp.
I like it too. It's really, especially when you put it in the 3D mode and everything just pops out and it's just like so vibrant. I love that. Which I think is good, because I think this is, Nojiri is like, you know, sort of carving out his own space maybe within Team Kojima. And by the way, I have to say, when I interviewed him at 2GS, I had a crush on him because he was just so cute. He came to the interview and he was playing his GBA. And I was like, dude, what are you playing on your GBA? And he was playing my favorite game, Advance Wars. And I was like, oh, you play Advance Wars.
And you said, oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, no, you didn't. And I whipped out my copy, which I always keep in my purse.
You whipped out yours?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we had a little I thought we had
a
something.
moment?
I thought so, but, you know, he hasn't called. Because it's a card game, and we sort of associate that with kids' games, like all those Pokemon trading cards and like Magic the Gathering, but really it's not a kids' game at all. I mean, the themes are still really, you know, there's still Metal Gear themes. Like, it still fits into the Metal Gear storyline, so it's like, it's pretty sophisticated.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I can get into the second one, because it looks so cool.
Yeah.
And like, you know, Nojiri said, like, the rarer the card that you get, the sexier the movie you unlock. So I've got motivation this time. Well, anyway, I got the Spike TV thing that I gotta go do. So, all right, I'll see you upstairs.
See ya.
Screw the one-up show. Yeah. What kind of exclusives do you guys get on the one-up show? I saw your Peter Moore interview. That was pretty good.
Did you?
Peter, I Am a Legend in Japan. Peter Moore.
Yeah.
Exactly. That was pretty good.
The ingredients, sauce them up, and then
Shay's got to bring some Coronas out here so we can have a real interview, right?
It's true. How was it? Day in the life of Milky.
I don't know, man. It's like, just asked me to do this video thing, and it's like, I've got 4 little dudes walking around, following me everywhere, camera, microphone. It's like Pikmin in the office. So that's when I start slapping some fools.
Speaking of fools, man, you know John Riccardi, right?
Yeah.
So he's doing shit for us now in Japan, and
cool.
He sent over a tape of 360 launch footage.
Who paid him to do that?
Well, I think Hiroko just told him to do it.
Oh, really? John's girlfriend?
Well, John doesn't speak Japanese.
Yeah, I know. Man, what are you doing? What do you do for 5 years in Japan? You don't know Japanese.
Well, I mean, Hiroko's like John's like translator, pretty much. I mean,
really? So she coached him.
We also got footage with Peter Moore, which is cool. Yeah. That guy just doesn't catch a break with us, man. I mean,
hardballs.
Hardballs.
You got to. You got to throw him the hardballs.
I love Peter Moore. I mean, I think he's a cool guy. I mean, for an executive, I mean, he's pretty candid. You know.
Yeah, but you know, it's like he sets himself up for it when you say stuff like, you know, to an auditorium full of people like you did at the 360 conference at E3. It's like having a lucid dream. You know, what do you expect?
Anyway, thanks for your help.
Yeah. All right. I gotta go back to work.
Cool. I'll catch you later.
All right. All right. I'll see you.
Here comes the occasional white man. I have flown for 5,000 miles to be here, so I can be the first person from my country to have the PlayStation 360. Yeah!
それではピーターさんどうぞ。
In Japan, you guys only are launching one model. There's no. Am I allowed to say retard pack as everybody calls it? No.
So a lot of people bought the retard pack in the last couple weeks, believe me.
So what? That's a conscious decision not to have that here. What was the reason for that?
Well, you asked about distinctive Japanese consumer taste. We looked at what we felt we needed to do in the early going. The fact that you'll be able to get a free beta of Final Fantasy XI tomorrow when you pick up your Xbox 360 is a big deal. And we also think that MMORPGs in particular, just using FF11 as an example, are going to be very important. And when we look at what we need to do and when we look at what our consumers are going to be here in the first 6 months, we didn't see the demand for the core system that we're doing everywhere else. But let me be clear on the core system. The core system is built when we look at a 5 to 10 year strategy and we roll out what we need to be in 2007, 8, 9, and 10.
Are you guys all buying a 360?
Oh, yeah, they are.
What are you looking forward to on the lineup?
Yeah. どのタイトルを買いますか？
タイトルはみんな何買うんですか？
Oh, everybody. Maybe Namco's gonna get their 500,000 after all. Oh, that guy knows one up. All right. So you guys are buying a 360?
買いますか？
Did you buy the first Xbox?
最初の Xbox を持ってます。
持ってます. You guys are like hardcore gamers.
じゃあもうゲーム大好きで。
大好きです。ここにタコができるぐらいやってます。
So he has a game.
Like calluses?
Yeah,
You sure that's from games?
ちょっと弱い感じがするんで、まあ来年楽しみにしながら。
So yeah, he thinks that the lineup is kind of weak, but he's looking forward for next year's releases.
This guy is very excited. Can we talk to him? Why are you so excited?
Gotcha.
Are they gonna let him actually get one?
Yeah.
Can we watch? Alright, we're gonna go with this. See? So what did he get?
He got a tin badge.
A tin badge?
Yeah.
All right.
What up? Let's go!
Yeah!
Get this! Thank you!
You guys are all gamers? Girls are all gamers?
Gamer.
You work for Microsoft, don't you?
Microsoft で働いてるんじゃないの？
Really?
違う。
What games did you buy?
リッチレーサー。
Ridge Racer.
Tetris.
Tetris. Oh, well, one person in Japan who bought Tetris. What? Who's this guy?
All right, we're rolling, Milky. You still here? Yeah. Well, I didn't see it there, man. Right. You done? Is there anything else? Done? Is there... You still talking? I got work to do, Jason. All right. I got work to do. You can turn that off, Mikey. Okay, Mike, the mic guy. You can turn it off now. All right. All right, Jason. So is that it from? No, you're done. You're done. You still here? You're done. Don't make me come over there, Jason. I got about 3 inches before I go crack a toe on you. All right, go. Turn it off. Let's go. I got work to do. Fine. I play Final Fantasy XI. Quite a bit.